All right, good morning, everyone. We are live. Great to see so many people in chat already. Hello to PJC, Tani, NCT, PTI, Pat Dellinger, Elweetskador, Shaughn, Ziech, Frank. Good to see you all. Today we have a Moorish sovereign citizen, or as I like to call them, Moronish, and I guess they're running some type of food and drink stand without a permit. I haven't seen this video. I've only seen a few highlights of it. So yeah, this should be interesting. It's over half an hour long, so I'm sure there is plenty of nonsense. Hope everyone had a great weekend. So yeah, let's jump right into the video.
Okay. First and foremost, I got it. Now I can talk.
So y'all turned it off first, right?
Right.
Y'all touched my property, right?
Absolutely.
You work for the state, right?
Huh? I don't work for the state.
Well, you work for the city, so you work for the city, which works for the state. So, you touched my private property.
Sir, I asked you to turn.
I'm just saying it for the record.
Turn it off.
I said I could, but I wasn't because I can hear you.
Okay, so you clearly defied his instructions.
But I can hear you.
Got it. Right. And then when I asked you to, you just ignored it. Okay. So, Santa Monica Police Department, the city,
and walking up on me
because I have a right to be here. It's a public space,
I have a right to be right here too.
Okay, that's good. And there's no problem with that. We didn't say you that.
Well, I'm telling you,
So let me ask you
walking up
real
on
quick.
me. And then all these people are walking up like y'all gang or something. So
you told me
y'all have y'all
they're here also. So I need to know this.
This is a go to court.
We're just here for people now.
That's fine.
Okay, so who's the supervisor?
All right. Wait, everybody, let me speak.
Well, we're off to a great start. He's argumentative and is already asking for the supervisor, which, of course, as we all know, they aren't required to get a supervisor. It's just sovereign citizen belief that they have to, when in reality, they don't at all.
Are you supervisor? Yeah, because he's trying to speak. He's trying
Okay. Let's slow down. Let's start over. What's your name?
What's your name?
I'm Officer Richard.
May I have your badge?
3959.
May I have your business card?
I don't have a business card. What's your name?
Are you doing business
All
out
right.
here?
Are we going to be reasonable or not?
We're gonna.
I want to calm it down.
The answer to that would be nope. They're
What's your
not going to
first?
be reasonable.
Officer Carlos. Okay. All right. We're not going to play the name game. All right.
You in
So
violation
let me just explain to you real quick.
Are you recording this?
I'm recording.
We're all recording.
So
All right. Let me ask the question.
no.
Because you approached us.
Right.
Yes.
Wait. Everybody.
You have a business license to be here.
Ace, 1 second.
You're
One second. We're both police officers. They're code enforcement.
which is the lowest ranking officer in the United States.
They are code enforcement officers. Currently,
I'm not under any code.
We're not under no
currently,
codes.
There's an issue with code enforcement.
Just because you say you're not under any codes doesn't mean it's true. If you are in California, you have to follow California's laws and codes. You don't get to pick which laws you choose to follow and which laws you don't. That is not how it works.
are here just to help them out. All right. So this is code enforcement. This isn't a police matter at this moment. So speak with them. You guys.
I'm speaking to you,
city municipality.
Oh, now you're out of it.
And of course, he's wearing a fez. Do they realize how ridiculous they look wearing those fezzes? Like, seriously.
Now we're not.
They are code enforcement.
We're not under maritime navigation.
It is a joke because you're playing games. Speak with a code enforcement officer.
All right.
Constable.
My name is Ace Travelman.
Who's the supervisor?
So
Ask 3 times.
let me see. You guys are vending ices down
I'm
here?
not a vendor.
Call your
Shaved
supervisor,
vendors.
please.
I'm not a vendor.
Don't ask them no
I
questions.
see dollar signs here for large shaved ice with fruit. That is an advertisement.
$1 is
For
gold and
vending.
silver.
Okay, so
who are you with again? Who are you guys with?
I'm code enforcement with the city of Santa Monica.
I'm not the city of Santa Monica.
You're vending in the city of Santa Monica.
And who runs the city of Santa Monica? You do?
I don't, but
you're enforcing their law.
But I'm employed by the city of Santa Monica.
Let me see your badge number, please.
I'm right here.
All right, you have a business card?
I do have a business card.
Okay, he said he could have one.
But he's your supervisor.
And I want your business card.
You have no right to my business.
But you have no right to our private property.
Hey, Debos, we are taking a look at a Moorish sovereign citizen or citizens who apparently are trying to sell stuff. Looks like some food and drinks without having any type of permit whatsoever. Hey, Pace and Rose, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
This is not private property. This is public
property. This is private. And this is America. The last time I checked, my ancestors was born here. The last time I checked, my ancestors was born here.
Really, right in this spot?
Right in this land.
Right in this spot. Come on, man. We can be reasonable here. You guys are being completely unreasonable.
I'm a Native American. I'm a Native American.
Hey, guys.
You want to go there? You want to go there? This is my land.
You don't have our skin and wood.
Oh, wow. Wow. This is my land.
Wow.
You want to go there?
Okay.
You want my land.
Paper bag test.
Let's not go there.
Pull out.
Land can't be bought up,
He's
so
the
we're
one that
not
brought it
inherited.
in. This is my land. My people have been here for thousands of years, all right?
So by this conversation, I can take it you guys don't have a business license.
Oh, we're bonded.
Never heard of it.
Just like you guys are bonded, we're bonded.
You're bonded?
Yeah, just like you guys
Bonded?
are.
Bonded?
Bonded?
Can you spell that for me?
I think at this point, a fez is officially a downgrade from a tinfoil hat. Yes, I agree with you, some guy. Like, really, I mean, it's so ridiculous how they look, and they think because they're wearing a fez, they think that they're Moorish and can do whatever they want. The policy enforcers don't understand who's truly in charge. This is America. Wait, you are a Moor, and you're supposed to believe that this is Morocco. Exactly. See, he doesn't even know his own script. Like, supposedly it's his land, but it's also America. Can't be both. Like, really. They are not Native Americans in the normal meaning of that term.
No, are you bonded?
You can't spell that.
You
for me.
can't-
I'm trying to
No,
understand
you're trying
what
to
this
be
word
funny.
is.
Yeah,
I'm not being funny at all.
Let me talk to
So
who
do you
sent
have
you.
a business
Let me
license?
talk to who sent you.
You have
because
a
y'all
business
not talking.
I don't have to. I'm not vending here.
I don't have to.
Okay,
So
so
in America,
I guess at this point,
I guess at this point you need to call your supervisor
Yeah,
before you
because-
do anything.
we're gonna obviously confiscate whatever's
Oh, you're
going
gonna
on
rob
here.
us now.
If you don't have a business
You're
license,
gonna rob us now.
I'm not robbing you, sir. I'll give you a property tag with everything that's confiscated. You can come back in on Tuesday morning,
No, you're not
and
gonna,
then
you're not gonna steal anything.
and then you can get it all back. I'm not stealing anything, sir.
None whatsoever. All right, cool. Islam. All right, cool.
So. So I take it you don't have a business license. What's that? I really can't
You're
hear
being
you.
a criminal right now.
I'm being a criminal.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You're disturbing the peace.
So
No, the officer is not disturbing the peace. He is upholding the law that you refuse to follow. Hey, USA, good to see you. When my check clears, I shall become the impartial governor of New South Wales Republic in Southeast Moroccan Empire. Hey, Edward. More Moorish morons, exactly. Most likely. I wouldn't be surprised. Wonder how Squeak is doing these days.
you have a
I need everyone on you guys' badge.
you have a license?
And I need the business card.
You don't have business cards.
Business license with the city. I know I'm being recorded. I'm being recorded right here.
Speak up like a man and speak up.
I have.
Hey, where's your business card? I don't want to talk no more. Where's your business card? No, where's your business card?
Do you have your business license?
Where's yours?
I'll show you mine.
Well, then go ahead. If you're not showing me yours, leave.
Simple as that. Call your supervisor.
We're not leaving.
We're not going to be leaving there, sir.
We're not leaving. This is not a police
You
matter.
said you're a native
Well, if
American.
it's not a police matter, what are you doing?
It's a code enforcement matter.
Well, we're not under maritime admiralty.
Simple. You don't know about maritime admiralty?
Maritime Admiralty jurisdiction. First off, you don't know what that means. That only freaking applies if you're at sea. And you're clearly not at freaking sea.
Obviously, he doesn't. You don't either. You're constable.
Everything y'all saying is foreign to us.
We got horses. All right?
I never said it was a stable.
All right?
I didn't say stable. That's
Mr.
a word
Agent.
that you are using,
Mr.
not me.
Agent, give me your business card.
I don't have a business
And
card.
your code of ethics. Is your machine on? I don't see the button blinking.
I don't need it.
You don't even know how to operate this
You
camera.
have a gun, a weapon on your hip. That's an international violation. You're a criminal right now. That's why
You need to take that up with the city of California and the U.S. government.
Well, tell the city of California to
It's
come
right
talk
here.
to us about this matter.
4050. I
Because
don't
y'all
have a
work for the
business
city.
card.
Why does he have one?
You don't have the
Because he's code enforcement. I am not
Who are
code
you
enforcement. I am the Santa
You
Monica
have to
Police
take anything that's
Department.
open.
Let me see the law. Show me the law.
Police matter. So
What
we
you
don't need a
doing here?
supervisor for it.
What you doing
We
here?
work in conjunction with code enforcement.
Hey, James, I'm pretty sure the law offices of Squeak and Associates are going to be called. And that will be awesome if that happens. But, like, really, these guys are totally ridiculous. They're arguing about laws that the officers didn't create. The officers didn't create these laws. They just have to enforce them. And of course, they're going to spend over half an hour now trying to argue with the officers. It's just such a waste of time, but it does provide good entertainment for us.
And them codes and policies, those are not law.
Departments within the city, so we all collaborate to work together. That's kind of how this works.
That's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
And who are your
Did you
subjects?
see it?
No, I don't understand that.
Okay, so let it be known that we've tried to issue the vending information.
Well, can I get all of you guys' information?
And if you're so-called native
I know I want.
American,
yours.
you should
Right here.
license.
It's a trauma.
No, I want every
You should
one of
also
you
get my
guys.
prescription.
Right.
It's inside
I will
I'm
be
writing
giving
this
you a
in the
receipt
city of Santa
for
Monica.
everything.
I don't want a receipt. I want everything.
Yes, you are. Unfortunately, you're not.
Where is it?
Right?
Where's the city of Santa
And
Monica?
you think you can put the value on that
This is the
receipt?
city of Santa Monica.
This where?
Welcome to the city of Santa
This
Monica.
where?
So
I'm
y'all gonna have
outside
to give me
between-
$100,000 receipt.
So all we're
You're
going to be
obviously
taking
not
is
from-
anything that's perishable.
You're gonna have to give me
Yeah.
$100,000
It's my
receipt.
turf. I can go
I
anywhere.
don't. I'm not going to. I'm going to give you a
I'm not
flop.
under any code.
You know how much my property is worth?
All right? Get that straight.
So y'all know how the Constitution works?
There's no reasoning with you. I don't have to
We
leave
the
it out
people?
here. I don't have
Right.
They are claiming they're Moors, yet they are citing the United States Constitution. Like, really, if you're gonna do this, at least know the script. Get it freaking right. According to the Moorish sovereign citizen script, this land, known as the United States in their minds, is Morocco, which we all know is completely false and complete utter nonsense.
Right to liberties.
At this point, no need to engage in
You're a criminal. You're a criminal.
Who sent y'all?
And so is you.
Don't touch anything. If you're not a police officer, you can't touch
Hey,
me.
listen, I will tell you this. If you put hands on code
I'm
enforcement,
touching my property.
You're not- don't
I'm
touch
touching my property, so they don't touch my stuff.
So
I'm not
if you
touching
touch
anything.
them, it's going to be
Hey,
assault.
if y'all
You're
touch
going to
my
be arrested
property,
for that.
we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Don't yank stuff out of his
Well, don't touch my property. We're gonna see. Now you guys are causing problems. And if somebody, the public, step on it, it's because of y'all.
Do you have an idea?
Do you have an idea? You never gave me yours. I'm tired of talking to y'all.
Okay, so how am I supposed to give you a property tag?
Well, how?
If you don't give
Well,
me
you can't give
your
me one, so
information?
leave.
I'm not leaving, sir. That's not going to happen.
Well, then stand
So
here
if you
then,
want-
and I'm gonna stay here.
If you want to be
Y'all
able
can
to
sit
recruit,
right there on side of us if y'all want to, because the
you
land is
want-
big enough for all of us.
you want-
They got a McDonald's on every corner. All right, your ancestors came over here on the ship before 1774. So y'all get it straight. I'm not a vendor.
We've given him the vendor information.
I am that I am.
And he's got a
That's not a
generator
vendor.
that's operating here. He's got dollar signs out. He's got merchandise.
According to the Constitution,
Definition of a vendor has
only
been
real dollar is
confirmed.
gold and silver.
So only $1 is gold and silver, but I guarantee you, you were accepting paper cash before the officers showed up. I am willing to bet everything that you were accepting cash and not gold and silver.
All right.
Why are you saying this is a police matter? It's a code enforcement matter. I just explained to you why.
So all I'm saying, y'all not touching none of my property, is what I'm trying to say.
You can't explain it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure all y'all got families to raise with y'all job that y'all got. And if y'all want y'all job, I mean, y'all should go back and deal with some other people that may be breaking y'all codes. Because we're private. They're public. Y'all causing a scene for no reason.
And just because you say you're private doesn't exempt you from the laws of the United States of America when you're in the United States of America. Like, I really want to know what goes on in these people's brains. Like, so freaking ridiculous.
Because neither one of y'all never identified yourself. Y'all just said something. Hey, just hearsay. That's not real law. Let me see some documents. Y'all the ones that got the badge on. Y'all the ones that took the oath to uphold some type of law. Where's that law at? We the people. Who sent y'all? And then who do I take this ticket to? The judge? So the judge sent you?
No, you go to this. If I can get your information, then I'll
I just
give
told
you
you
a
who I
property
am.
tag.
And I'm not we in.
And then you can go to the city of Santa Monica.
That's who I am. I am that I am.
Sir, do you want to listen to what I have to say?
You're foreign to me. Your president said he's not even worthy enough to be our slave. So how the lowest ranking officer can talk to us? Get it straight.
City of Santa Monica.
We was trying to be good with y'all at first, but now y'all done got us worked up.
Well, this is the thing. You can't be doing what you're doing in Santa Monica without a license.
Do
So
you
if you're
understand that this is
outside of
America?
Santa Monica,
Do you understand that this
yeah,
is
I
America?
understand it's American. I understand you're in the
Do
boundaries.
you understand the
also
treaties
of-
and the Constitution?
Oh yes, I understand it.
Okay.
Understand it. That's
Do
why
you
you have your right.
understand that this is not commerce and
That's
trade?
why you have.
Oh God, he's about to bring up the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, right? Let me just take a wild guess. He's about to bring it up.
You're,
Do you understand that we're private? Do you
No, you're
understand
on
that this
public.
is my ancestors' land?
you're public property. You can do that on private property all you like, sir, but
This
on
is
public
private to me.
Well,
It was
that's to you,
public
but it's
whenever
you.
y'all got the mature, the
And-
peace
and
and friendship.
you are not the
treaty.
United States.
You the
Sorry.
United States. I know I'm
The
not the
people-
United States.
The people are not.
I'm not the United
Yeah,
States.
exactly.
The United States
And
is a
so if you look
corporation.
at- if you look at
And of course, the United States is a corporation. And oh yeah, and newsflash, guy pretending to be a Moorish American. You are, in fact, in the United States of America.
city of Santa Monica, where you're actually at, the property of Santa Monica, you can't be vending without a business license.
Listen. I don't care about none of that. I don't understand what you're talking about. All I know
get it.
is that
So
you're
this is
breaking
the
the
thing.
law. Coming over here talking to
I'm not the
the
one
true
breaking
Americans.
any laws, sir.
Pretty much, pretty soon, we're going to teach every vendor out here what we talking about, and then y'all won't be able to come out here at all. How about that?
All right.
Then y'all won't have a job. Because I'm making my business to go around and get everyone paperwork straight, so y'all can't say where your license is. I'm making my
Every one of these
business.
vendors over here has a license.
Because they're in the commerce and trade. They're not private, but I go make them all private. I'll make them
They're
all
in
private.
business.
And then they'll be telling y'all the same thing I'm sitting here saying. Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want every vendor on the street to start saying it. But that's what's going to happen. Then y'all not going to have a job.
Indeed, they do. They live in a fantasy world, or as I like to call it, a world of delusion. I take things that will never happen for 1,000, Alex. Exactly. Why do I keep picturing Eddie Murphy on SNL shouting, "You hear what I say, you hear what I say"? Yeah, now I'm thinking about it, I can actually see that with this more.
Because there ain't nothing to be enforced.
Gotcha. See? I'll play that game, but then when it's your turn to play, you want to play. Got it.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm foreign to all of that stuff y'all talking about.
So we're gonna confiscate. What are we gonna do?
I'll tell y'all what. Y'all can't take the living flesh and y'all can't take this body. So everything that's out here is attached to me. Everything out here is bonded with me. And according to the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, it said that we're not in these war times right now because I'm telling you I'm private. And it's saying that any of my property comes back to me. So you can't touch my property. You work for the corporation. So it'd be best if y'all just went on. Because all of y'all took an oath to something to get y'all job.
Activate your fee schedule for this rates violation. Oh, I have no doubt in my mind fee schedule is coming. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
All of y'all signed some type of contract. Did y'all read the fine print?
Hey, sitting porcupine. Hope you're
Listen,
doing
you've
well.
been loud sitting there talking. Ain't no one touching them. No one's.
He just put hands on me. Yeah.
So y'all should be done. Y'all just assaulted.
It's documented on the camera. It's documented on 4 cameras here.
Who broke the glass?
I dropped it, but who
broke it?
caused that?
Y'all did because y'all came over here messing with private people.
For freak's sakes, just because you say you're private, like I said earlier, it doesn't mean it's true. First time at a live. Well, great to have you here, my friend. I hope you are enjoying the stream. Hey, Granger Renfrew. Good to see you, my friend. This video would be great for Moorish bingo. Indeed, it would be.
Because before we was over here, it wasn't broken.
Putting your stuff away.
Because if y'all wouldn't have started grabbing stuff, it wouldn't have broke. Oh, I got it recorded. Don't worry. I ain't got to go back and forth with y'all.
Of course. What is it, Stamp Comcast or something? Like, hang on.
Free right under the Constitution to be out here to conduct what we have. Listen, that's just what you say.
You want to go that direction?
Let's look at the book.
I can play that.
You want to do a blood test? You want to do?
This is not a
You might be a little Spaniard.
You want to talk about this?
You might be a little Spaniard or something like that. You're a little
I see black people play all over this.
you're a little amalgamated, but you know but we really all brothers and we all brothers.
You want to talk about
But
that?
listen,
Let's go there.
listen.
We're going down the wrong road.
We're all Asiatics.
We're going down the wrong road.
Listen, we're all Asiatics, right? And that's the problem.
Welcome to my land. You're welcome.
We keep saying this is not a police matter. Not a police matter. I explained it to you 3 times.
Oh, they'll get what they deserve soon. Trust me.
I don't have to explain it to her.
And then y'all turned off my generator. My stuff is getting forever over here. Y'all ain't spend nothing on nothing.
I explained to you. No, I'm not going to. If you didn't understand the first 3 times. No, it makes sense, but you're the one that doesn't want to reason with it. You're the one that doesn't want to.
What is the code enforcement? Go into the American Constitution and show me one code.
So now he's going to try to sell his merchandise, and the police are going to shut him down quickly. Hopefully. That's just my prediction.
Nay, we're true Americans. I just told you that. We're not sovereign citizens. True Americans.
Yes, indeed you are sovereign citizens. No matter what you say, you absolutely 100% undoubtedly are a sovereign citizen.
That one that was here before your ancestors.
That part. There's smile for the camera, Officer Melendez.
Melendez.
Not Menendez. And why are you here again?
I told you we're here. Assisting code enforcement.
All right.
That's all we're here for.
This is
This is
Officer.
not a police matter.
Not a police matter. Are you a police
Y'all
officer?
doing criminal matter then if it's not. Y'all not even saying who sent y'all.
We're here to make sure it doesn't turn criminal. That's what.
How is it
Is that a
criminal?
bad
When you
number?
I didn't say it was. I didn't.
And of course, collecting names and badge numbers as if they were meaningless Pokemon cards. According to the American Constitution, there shall be one code. Missed that first time around. They always seem to forget the 10th Amendment. Well, they like to cherry pick which things they listen to because if it doesn't fit their narrative, it must be wrong. My ancestors came on the Mayflower. I guarantee mine were here before his. Oh yeah, I guarantee you. I wouldn't doubt that. Hey, Enzo the God. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well.
When you start yanking stuff out of code enforcement, yeah.
Can you give me some space, please? Can you give me some space? You're in my personal space. I need you to back up.
Oh, assault.
I need
He
you to
just
back up.
assaulted.
No, I need you to get out of my
He just
space.
assaulted.
I have a gun on my hip, and I don't want you near it.
Right.
Back up.
Right. So
No,
you
I
immediately
said I
have
don't want him
a
close.
weapon.
Well, if you're the wise man, back up. If you feel like he's
He
gonna
came
grab
into
it.
my space.
Well, you the wise
I'm a
man,
police
though.
officer.
You the piece of
If he gets
person.
close to me, I will place him under arrest.
Don't you supposed to be
Uh-oh, he said if I get close to him, you're going to place me
Don't
under
you
arrest.
supposed to be for the peace?
Well, can I have your business card?
But he wanna
Now I
be
can't have his business
Officer
card.
Madrid,
Officer Regine,
3959.
3959, that's your badge number?
I
What's your
gave
code?
that to you right when I started.
What is your code of ethics number?
I don't have a
What
code
is your
ethics.
bond number?
I told you my.
What is your bond number?
I told you it's 3959.
That's a bond number? Oh, all right.
I'm playing games.
His name is Officer Madrid. Officer Madrid right here. He has a weapon on his hip. That is an international violation. This constable over here also has a weapon on his hip. International violation. It's gonna be your last time working.
I've been out saying
How is that an international violation? Like, do you hear what's coming out of your mouth? Seriously. Hey, Jack, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Thor, good to see you as well, my friend. This is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard a Moor say. Yep, you and me both, my friend.
hey, hold on, turn that generator off if you was trying to be a
Once
dog.
I need you to back up.
International
You keep getting in my space,
violation.
and I don't appreciate it.
You would this public, like you told us. How is it your
Yeah, but
space?
That
you're
part.
running into my face. I didn't get in your face.
You've been in our face all
I
day.
did it.
What are you talking
No,
about?
I did it. I keep backing up. You keep
Come
going.
on, liar. Don't be a liar,
You
too.
guys are the liars.
Don't be a liar, too.
Professional.
But you already look, he got his gun on it. He got his hand on his weapon. International violation. So last time you're gonna work.
Yeah, they shaved ice.
Remember that face. Remember that laugh.
I'd be rich.
Yes, Officer Madrid 3959. What's your name again? Officer Melendez. What's your badge number again?
I gave it to you like 5 times already.
On camera, please.
I gave it to you 5 times already.
Oh, he's not seeing his, man. We can get it. He's saying he don't have to.
Hey, Ravenwingg, good to see you. Sorry to hear that you're sick, but I hope you feel better soon, my friend. Put a lien on their bonds. You mean the bonds that don't exist?
Say that. I gave it to you 5 times.
All right.
And it's on documented on my body worn camera that you can publicly ask or with public records.
You have a responsibility to give up your information.
I gave it to you.
Anytime I ask you, I'm asking you
I gave
again.
it to you already 5 times.
You're not gonna give it to me 6
I gave
times?
it to you 5 times already.
How about
I gave it to you
6?
5 times.
All right. Still international violation.
You know?
He has not given up any of his credentials as a constable.
You should learn something.
All right. This one as well. This one is very belligerent.
You should know that we.
This one is very belligerent.
Just
Yep, he does not know how to hold a camera, that's for sure. Like, really, it's not that hard of a concept. You just basically point the camera where you want to film it at. Like, you don't swing it around or hold it down to your side. Because, like, really, there are very few soffsets that have actually know how to record properly. Just going through the chat. This guy sounds like the moron who was kicked out of the Starbucks. I think it's a different person. I'm pretty sure, at least. United Nations forward all calls from Moors to Jehovah's Witnesses to fight out for supremacy. Hey, Matthew. Ah, yes, another dumbass headed to jail. I love it. Don't we all?
International violation.
You're gonna see us again. I'm gonna make sure I come back out here.
This is a code enforcement officer, whatever that is. He's out here. He's a criminal as well. I don't see any particular weapons on his hip, but he has disturbed the peace. This one here as well. All right. They're obstructing justice. They're disturbing the peace.
If I'm not correct,
Obstruction of justice and disturbing the
you don't have an
peace.
answer for that one.
Obstruction of justice and disturbing the peace.
You know, if you see it so many times, it might become true. Not, like, really, it's neither obstruction of justice or disturbing the peace. If anything, you're breaking the law because you're running some type of food and drink stand without a permit. And you could be considered that you're disturbing the peace for the way you're acting right now. It's nearly all the same rhetoric, so they do tend to sound all alike. That is true. They all parrot the same exact script. You would think by now they would come up with a new script because the one that they use clearly isn't working. And that goes for normal soffsets as well, and frauditors for that matter. Maybe if they try clicking their heels together 3 times and saying it, it might happen. Maybe in the land of make-believe.
International violation. You're a criminal right now. And you will answer for it, all of you. Guaranteed. You don't know who the Moors are, so-called Native Americans. What tribe you from? You don't even have a tribe, but you're a Native American.
Really? What tribe are you from? It's so ridiculous.
This guy
Fur.
said he Native American.
He said he is too.
Oh, and the Yahweh. Wichita, that Maya, which one?
That part.
Which one are
You
you?
don't even know what language you speak. Look at it.
You from the Chahokee?
Look at it.
You said you're 10,000 years old on this land. Chahokee is 4,500.
Were your
Let's talk about
ancestors?
it.
Were your
You
ancestors
from
police
Encino?
officers?
So the Sino, they go back 3,000 right here.
That's it. Only 3,000.
Which one you from?
Only 3,000.
I don't appreciate your discriminatory remarks.
I'm saying I study because you're talking about the
speaking
true Americans.
truth.
So
I don't
now
want to
you-
talk about
We're
my
speaking
Now you're
truth.
talking
To me,
about
it's disrespectful.
We're speaking truth.
now you're talking about my family.
We're speaking
so I knew the
truth.
history about it. If you want to talk about the Sumerians,
Thanks,
if you wanna
Matthew.
talk about the two
Glad you like the
If you want
videos.
to talk about the Egyptians, if you want to talk about the Phoenicians, if you want to talk about the true Americans, they all are us. Here, that's my ancestors. So you need some more our story lessons today, because the history y'all been taught European history from the same ones that enslaved you.
They know it.
Now you're standing up there, proud, jumping through hoops through them clothes that they
For
taught you at school.
corporation in one uniform.
Pathetic. And you say that I'm disrespecting you.
You're
Disrespectful
disgrace.
to your ancestors.
You're a disgrace.
For working for them who enslaved your ancestors.
Neanderthal.
You
That's
should
what
think
you
about
are.
that one.
You called me a Neanderthal?
Yeah, you're not a Native American. You're Neanderthal.
Well, he's got better than he called me a dog.
Oh, wow.
Is that what you are?
Can you believe that? You believe these guys?
Is that what you are?
Wow, so disrespectful.
You got fur on your hair. You got fur on your chest, and you got fur on your back.
Neanderthal, not even human. I'm not even
Absolutely not.
Wow.
As long as you-
Thank you, Jack. That means a lot to me, my friend. And I'm glad you all love the channel. And I'm glad you're all here with me. Thank you all for your support.
It's not open business. Thank you.
He's not giving it to me, Granger. And he doesn't have it displayed either.
Hey, just so you know, we're the Neanderthals and he's a dog. According to these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. That's the kind of.
And like, really, calling the cops Neanderthals, like, really, what are they, third graders on the schoolyard? You really have to resort to name calling because you don't have any valid arguments to defend your moronish beliefs? Seriously. Name calling is for, like, school children. Seriously. Like, they need to grow up.
That's
People,
But of course they won't because they're Moors and they act like little children.
no, we the people is always going to be better than the corporation because y'all not with the good stuff.
Not at all.
Y'all on that lower vibration
Why is your badge number not displayed, though?
right there. And
Huh?
you know, it was our brothers that put
Let's see your badge number.
it wasn't the best.
Your badge number.
We put our own selves.
You waste breath to tell me that when you can just tell me again.
Our principles and creeds
Well,
and
tell me again. As long as
everything. Like this guy. That's how we get into slavery.
Oh, absolutely. They know that already. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're trying to tow Brother Wood's sale conveyance. And they're trying to take our property that we have set up out here.
I can look at y'all property. Did y'all take my property out? Nope. Y'all got it.
Right.
I'll go through it. That flag, you know, that could be illegal in the state of Santa Monica.
Hey, I am back.
Islam, what's your cap?
Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well.
All right, he's telling me to call the police. He said it's not a police matter, man.
Yeah, you're taking it up with the wrong folks.
Islam? That's what I told him. He's saying he's backing up the code enforcers, but it's not a police matter.
You need some
But he already Officer Madrid assaulted me already.
but y'all know what's good, right? You know what's good, right? Once we get finished with all of this, y'all gonna be the face to show the world.
Islam, yeah, city of Santa Monica.
Because y'all was the ones that came and provoked that energy to let the people see us stand up to y'all. So y'all gonna be the face to let everybody know that it's we the people in America. So I can't say that y'all too dirty.
Yep, I agree. They are very patient, and they are handling this very well.
Can you give us space? You keep coming in my face.
I thought you were going to arrest me. I thought you were going to arrest me. You have a name and badge number?
Yeah.
Yeah, may I have it?
3471.
3471. Gratitude. Islam Granger. Nay, we're close to Ocean and Broadway. Ocean and Broadway. They're on the phone and they're conspiring. There's about two of them. They're conspiring to do something. I don't know.
You're welcome, Kimberly. Yeah, they definitely are too cowardly. I agree with that.
Call the commissioner. Call the commissioner of Santa Monica.
Hey, do you guys have the commissioner of Santa Monica's number?
Oh, trust me, this gets a lot more interesting towards the end. They do not claim to be Moroccan citizens, but citizens of the long-dead Empire of Morocco that preceded the modern country of Morocco.
Y'all have the number to the commissioner?
It's on that pamphlet I gave you.
I gave you some information right there. You might want to check it out.
Nah, I don't want to touch that because I don't accept that. But I'm talking man to man because, you know, that could be like I accepted a contract if I read that pamphlet.
What? What? Like, seriously? So ridiculous. Absolutely utter freaking nonsense.
We're going through it with the people right now. So we're going through it with the people over there right now. So yes, they're trying to say we ain't got an official to be out here doing business, but you know, this is our ancestors' land.
I always wondered why they think America is Morocco. It's a different continent. Well, you have to remember these Moors, at least the vast majority of them, didn't get through third grade, so they wouldn't know about continents and stuff like that. They wouldn't know about world history or geography. I trust you, Mark. You always have quality content. Thank you, Kimberly. Glad you like the videos. Please don't work for the commissioner. Try telling them that. They are completely convinced that the Empire of Morocco won Barbary Wars rather than lost them.
Right. Being here, they not official out here to come tell us anything.
Right, that's great.
So we just out here right now, just holding our ground.
Hey, so y'all can't serve now?
Well,
Can't say about nothing?
I really can, but I don't want to do nothing crazy because he already tried to jerk my stuff out of my hand. I had to jerk it back from him. They trying to cause some stuff. So right now we're at a standoff. They want to tow my truck, but I'm just trying to see what's gonna happen. Well, really, I can do what I want. No, it ain't them. They ain't got nothing to do with our business. You get what I mean? Right. Matter of fact, what you want? What you want?
What kind? Let me see.
I'm gonna donate you one. What you want?
What flavors you got?
Right now, what I got ready, I got black blueberry, watermelon, pina colada, cotton candy, tiger's blood.
So a lot of these vendors that are here, they have a health permit because they're serving food.
But listen, this is my brothers and sisters. You see the color they.
The wars did happen and ended with the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, which they completely misread, of course. Yes, they do, indeed. Like, I've never once heard a Moor refer to the Treaty of Peace and Friendship correctly. They always get it wrong. But the real treaty still exists, having been renewed many times and is still valid.
Skin, our ancestors been here.
Let me talk to him.
We don't need no permit.
Let me talk to him real quick. So anytime you sell food, anything because it needs to be the proper, it needs to go to health department approval. That's the reason why a health permit is required. Okay? Now, along with the city's Santa Monica business license, where a lot of these vendors do have them, right? They're able to sell food and stuff like that with the health permit. And you see it; they have it there. It's on the side on the side there. Fortunately, the gentleman does not have that, unfortunately. So we tell them what ends up happening is, we get concerns of people either getting sick and whatnot for stuff that they eat and stuff like that. So that's why we tell this gentleman, we give him a pamphlet to obtain the proper permit, and he's able to do this once he gets the proper permit. And that's all we're doing.
Listen, what I'm trying to tell them is our ancestors let them come over here in 1774 on the boat. And we ain't need no permits before then. So what you're talking about is cool for the pale-skinned Europeans, but it ain't cool for my brothers and sisters. You got that?
That doesn't surprise me.
So, I mean, that's, yeah.
Of course, you never hear the
So
Moors
it's
talk
basically
about
up to
that.
whoever want to buy, regardless, right?
It's up to you, yes. That's it. But for us, because we are the city, we have to tell people this is the reason for that. Yeah, because then what ends up happening is without health permits, and I'm gonna show you a photo. Okay, this is the reason why. If it's not unpermitted,
Hi, Hand Banana. Good to see you.
You get this
Hope you're
type
doing
of
well.
shenanigans when you're buying hot dogs, you're buying stuff like this. We don't have that. What the? Yeah.
He brought the thing inside the thing just now.
I'm just saying.
He said, dude, brought the whole thing inside the
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but
Okay.
then,
No, but that's
right. I feel where you coming from. I feel where you come from, too. I'm talking about, but
I'm not sure where the camera is, but we all know his camera work is absolutely terrible. Hey, Patricia Bradshaw. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I would not trust fruit juice that has been sitting in the sun, and I don't see a source of clean running water. Me neither. I definitely wouldn't buy anything off of these people. That's for sure.
like ice, I feel like ice probably wouldn't be such as bad as food.
That's up to you. Because there is an ice one over there that has a health permit that's on there. So I'm like, okay, what's the difference between the two? It's up to you. I can't say. I'm just saying that one we inspected that one. That one we saw permit.
Let me tell you, he tried to tell us to run our generator off too because the city of California or whatever said we can't run generators in the park. What you see going on right now? Generator running and you see them right there standing there, right? So they can talk a bunch of hocus pocus. It's up to y'all though. I give y'all one on. I give it to you on the strength. Honestly, I donate it to y'all. Hey, I respect you. Honestly, I give it to you on the strength just because of the fact we brothers. And they get mad.
But I want you to make some money.
It's all good, brother, because look, we're going to make some money anyway. We just trying to do some uplifting thing for our temple. Right. So me and the brother came out here to get some stuff together.
Exactly.
And so, and we trying to let the people know that we here.
Right, exactly.
Because everybody on the internet want to be fighting, they ain't really doing nothing for us. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
So today
We're gonna try that tiger blood. We're gonna try 2 of those tiger bloods, John. You got
let me get you right.
dragon blood. What is it called? Tiger blood, dragon blood.
Them tiger bloods, they
Yep.
go, they good though.
Yeah. You try 2 of them. Let me get you right. Man, I look at it like this shit. Man, there's a lot of motherfuckers down here ain't got no goddamn permit. Hey,
Well, they
look,
saying
hey, listen to this shit though. Listen to this shit though. I'm just gonna say this. If you go right there on that pier over there, you got motherfuckers selling truck rolls. That shit ain't wrapped up, ain't got no gloves on, or any of that shit. And ain't nobody saying nothing. Right. Like real facts. Right. Right. In the house. How fast is a motherfucker?
And this is essentially dead air
That's
that,
crazy.
of course, they don't know how to edit out of their videos.
Oh, right.
Oh, look, they trying to tow my truck. You gonna stop them.
Look, they're trying to tow my truck. Oh, they're not trying, my friend. They're going to tow it.
Let me go stop them.
Like, where your truck is?
Right there. Let me go stop them on phase 2.
Hey, you not interfere.
For the record, they're not towing your truck. They're just traveling it to the impound lot. That's all.
My property.
Do not interfere.
Back up.
Hey, do not interfere. Hey,
No, come on, brother.
I'm not listening to them.
do not interfere.
Back up, brother.
Do not interfere.
You'll be placed under arrest. This is my private property. Put me under arrest. Then I'm gonna talk to your judge that sent you, bro.
Do not interfere.
Then I'm gonna talk to the judge.
Get out of the
that sent
roadway.
you.
Get out
Man,
of the
if you don't
roadway.
bag up,
I do not want to place you under arrest.
bro, if you
Yeah, well, your private property, as you claim it is on a public street, public roadway, or a public driveway. I'm not sure why exactly they're towing the truck, but if I had to guess, probably something to do with either being illegally parked or unpaid tickets, something like that. Thank you, Mark, my first ever wrench. You're welcome, my friend. Yeah, sorry about the camera angles. This is they do not know how to film. But this clip is almost done. Only a few minutes left. All of the above, Mark. Exactly.
don't
I
bag
do
up,
not want to place you under arrest. Do you understand me?
Is this not my property?
Do you understand me?
Is this not my property?
They are towing your vehicle.
They ain't doing nothing.
Traffic service officers are towing your vehicle. I do not want to place you under arrest, but I will if I have to. I don't know how many chances I have to give you, but I'm this close to place you under
Assault me.
arrest.
Assault me.
Placing you under arrest.
Assault me. Then you ain't gonna have a job. I don't know if
So-
you got family and kids because you're not gonna be supporting.
I'm not going to assault you, but I'm going to use
Soon
my
as you
power
touch me-
within the law.
The power is an illusion.
As soon as you touch me, you are under arrest.
Look, bro.
You understand?
Look, bro.
And now this genius literally jumped into the car that they're about to tow. This isn't going to end good for him, that's for sure. If it is a Moore-owned vehicle, it probably doesn't have a license plate on it. That's also true.
Now what you gonna do? Hands off the wheel.
Get out of the car.
Hands off the
Get
wheel.
out of the car. Get out of the car.
So I can't be parked.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
I can't be parked.
Get out of the car.
Come up in the
And I believe one of the officers is pointing their firearm at him for jumping into the car and trying to take off, which is why all of a sudden he starts to comply. I sense a felony coming. I do too. Hey, Karen, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well.
Get out of the car right now! I'm gonna get out. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm gonna get out. Turn the car. I'm gonna get out.
Hey. Listen, comply with my instructions. Comply with my instructions.
Hey! Come get my phone. Right here. Hey. Right here in my hand.
And that's where the video ends. That Moorish sovereign citizen got a free stay at the Grey Bar Hotel. Like, seriously, what did he really think is going to happen when he jumps into a car that they're about to tow, tries to start it up, and takes off? Like, of course, the officers are going to draw their weapons on you. And you noticed how quickly he backed down after that. It becomes an actual weapon if he tries to drive away. That is true as well. So sticking with the Moorish theme for today, I have some Moorish court videos, or at least a video. This one I covered on the channel a little while ago, about 8 months ago, of a Moorish sovereign citizen. Oops, wrong button. Of a Moorish sovereign citizen in court.
The first question I want to ask you is, are you employed?
Objection, man. This hearing is supposed to be about jurisdiction. This court has no jurisdiction. The court has no jurisdiction to determine its own jurisdiction for.
Oh boy, jurisdiction. The court doesn't have jurisdiction to determine its own jurisdiction. Like, what the hell is that even supposed to mean? God. And does he realize he looks like a complete, utter fool wearing that fez in a courtroom? And why is he even allowed to wear that in a courtroom in the first place?
A basic issue in any case before a tribunal.
Well, if I have no jurisdiction to determine my own jurisdiction, how are you going to get that issue resolved?
Listen, this case in this courtroom is a culpable, incompetent court of jurisdiction. You can't, according to federal case law, you can't set another hearing to reach and determine your own jurisdiction. As I've stated for the record plenty of times, I'm only handling threat, duress, and coercion, and because the prosecution falsely holds my property, and I'm here to clarify that matter.
Anybody get Sauce Bingo yet? I really should. I really need to think about creating some bingo cards up.
Other than that, I'm here under threat, duress, and coercion. It is completely against federal case law. It has power to act, and the court must have the authority to decide that question in the first instance. That's Rescue Army versus Municipal Court of Los Angeles. A departure by a court from the recognized and established requirements of law, however close apparent adherence to mere form and method of procedure, which has the effect of depriving one of a constitutional right, is in excess of jurisdiction. You have the flag right behind you, ma'am.
May I interrupt you for a moment?
You may not, ma'am.
Then would you, when you're done speaking, would you let me know so that I can ask a question?
I'm not obligated to answer any questions, so I have no intentions of answering any question.
Well, I'll ask it anyway, and then I'll ask it anyway, and you can decide what you want to say.
Thus, where a judicial tribunal has no jurisdiction of the subject matter on which it assumes to act, its proceedings are absolutely void in the fullest sense of the term, Dillon versus Dillon. Courts enforcing mere statutes, as it is to my understanding, that this is a statute, not a constitutional violation of law. In fact, one of the hearings I had with you, you said people are not charged with constitutional violations. I don't understand how you could be enforcing statutes and you have the U.S. flag behind you, as if you hadn't taken an oath to uphold the Constitution. Courts enforcing their statutes do not act judicially, but merely ministerially. Thus, no judicial immunity and unlike courts of law, do not obtain jurisdiction by service of process, nor even arrest and compelled appearance. Boswell versus Otis. I've been here 3 or 4 times under threat, arrest, or coercion. Prosecution doesn't even have folders in front of them.
Look at the attorney. I'm assuming that's an attorney sitting there behind him. He's probably thinking, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Like, seriously. And I don't know why the judge doesn't just hold him in contempt of court.
He has no objections. He has nothing to say. He cannot prove jurisdiction. This court should have been dismissed this case. This is a colorable court of incompetent jurisdiction. The fact that petitioner was released on a promise to appear before a magistrate for an arraignment, that fact is circumstance to be considered in determining whether the first instance there was a probable cause for the arrest. Monroe versus Popper.
You know, it just occurred to me, if these sovereign citizens really knew what they were talking about, they wouldn't need their scripts.
There's no discretion to ignore the lack of jurisdiction. Court must prove on record all jurisdiction facts related to the jurisdiction asserted. A universal principle, as old as the law, is that proceedings of a court without jurisdiction are a nullity and its judgment therein without effect either on person or property. This case has already been put before the federal court, and you will be receiving a notice of removal very shortly. This court has no jurisdiction. Prosecution can't prove jurisdiction.
I would think it would vary by court. Each court would have to make their own decision on that. But yeah, I'm not totally sure, but that would be my guess. It's up to each court to make their own decision on what people can wear and what they can't.
Case shall be dismissed, and it will.
Did you file a notice of removal with the federal court?
Yes, you will be receiving it shortly.
All right.
Well, good luck with that.
When I receive it, I will rule on it. This is my question to you, however. Are you employed?
I'm not employed. I'm not employed with any corporations incorporated with the state of New Jersey.
Are you employed with any corporation that's incorporated outside of the state of New
Objection.
Jersey?
I'm not here to answer questions about my employment.
He's not there to answer questions about his employment. Well, most likely, he does not have a job and he is not employed. Hey, Roisin, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. He is more rules of the court do not apply to him. I bet he was told to take it up, but he refused. No doubt. Most likely that's what happened.
The last time I was made aware of this was supposed to be about whether this court has jurisdiction, and clearly it doesn't. A question about employment has nothing to do with whether this court has jurisdiction, so I'm not obligated to answer those questions. Now, I shall not be answering any more of those questions that are not pertaining to jurisdictional facts.
Well, this is my question to you. I asked it before. If your position is that this court has no jurisdiction to determine its own jurisdiction.
Objection, man. That is not my ruling. That is not my holding. I've given you the federal case law regarding such. Maybe you can take some time out that you need to do to recheck that, but that's what the case law says, not what I said.
Well,
Judge should order a competency evaluation. Like, seriously, whenever a SOPSIT comes into court and tries their script, it should be an automatic psychiatric evaluation. And he says he's there under threat, duress, and coercion, but if he truly believed that the court had no jurisdiction whatsoever, he would have never shown up. No, throw his ass in jail for contempt. That's also another option. Either one of those would be great, in my opinion.
I do have jurisdiction over you. Number one, you're here in my courtroom.
Objection, ma'am. You do not have jurisdiction over me. I'm here by way of threat, duress, and coercion. The federal case law stipulates already that compelled appearance and arrest warrants doesn't give a minister acting ministerially and not judicially enforcing their statute's jurisdiction. That's incorrect and false. You do not have jurisdiction because I'm here. You told me before when I was here that you would lock me.
Hey, Binary Tools. Great to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. They are not insane, just desperate a-holes trying to avoid being held accountable for their actions. That is true. I mean, one thing that frauditors, sophsits, and Moors all have in common is that they have never been held responsible for anything a day in their freaking lives. Which is part of the reason why they go down this sovereign citizen path.
Me up if I didn't come, which was threat, duress, and coercion.
But according to your logic, the judge doesn't have any jurisdiction, so therefore she can't lock you up. So why even bother coming to court in the first place?
I think that you misstate what I told you.
Objection, ma'am. I have not misstated. I have the videos. I have it on repeat 24/7. I've seen you say it.
I don't recall that I said I would lock you up.
Oh, well, objection, ma'am. That's on the record.
Well, you can object all that you want, sir. And I will continue to have a difference of opinion about that. All right. Well, we'll continue with today's proceedings then. And I certainly appreciate the courtesy that you extend to me. All right, Mr. Walker, I know that you are here.
Yes.
You wish to be heard, sir?
Your Honor, I have Kevin Walker appearing on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender. We did receive after the last hearing a court order directing the Office of the Public Defender to represent this defendant. I did file a motion for reconsideration, noting that there has been no indigency determination, which is an essential component of our appointment. So I would ask respectfully that an indigency determination be made at this time, absent that the earlier order directing me to represent this defendant be vacated.
All right, thank you. Do you wish to be heard on the issue, Mr. Luciano?
I don't, Judge.
All right. I have inquired of Cheyenne Mutada Kushamurel.
Hey, Rebecca. Great to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, and of course, you know, these sophsits don't know how objections work. Honestly, I'm not sure, because we really don't get to see the full video. At least I couldn't find the full video, so I really don't know what the charges are.
Concerning his employment, he tells me he is not employed in the state of New Jersey by any corporation, and therefore I determine that he does not have the present ability to pay for counsel to proceed in this matter.
Objection, ma'am. I don't know this gentleman. I haven't made any contracts with the Public Defender's Office. I don't know what that was an attempt to do, but he does not have the authority to speak for me.
Of course he doesn't want a lawyer, because why would he? He who represents himself is a fool.
So I would appreciate it if any non-identified parties determining to act on my behalf.
If I had to guess, this is all over something stupid, something minor, like a traffic ticket or something along that line. Objection doesn't mean I disagree. Try telling him that. Try telling him and Darrell Brooks that. Because Darrell Brooks, like 99% of his objections were overruled. And I believe the sentencing for him starts tomorrow, I believe. So that will be interesting.
You have first fill out an IRS Form 56 and notify the IRS that they're acting in some sort of fiduciary capacity.
All right. Let's talk about the issue of, Mr. Walker, I want to talk about the issue of jurisdiction. One of the issues that has been raised in this case and has been over and over again that really needs to be determined before we can proceed with it is with regard to jurisdiction. I have received, that was filed with the court, It was received in my chambers on January 7th. I'm not exactly sure if it was filed downstairs on a different day. Something that has been entitled a non-negotiable affidavit of fact to dismiss with prejudice for lack of personam jurisdiction, lack of discovery, and lack of an injured party. It purports to raise the issue before the court of lack of jurisdiction with regard to Cheyenne Mutada Cushemere L. Despite what Cheyenne Mutada Cushemere L says, this is not an application to the court to dismiss anything with anything. There are certain ways, as you are aware, Mr. Walker, to bring issues before the court. What we need to do is have the issue brought before the court properly by way of a notice of motion. I don't even know if Mr. Luciano got a copy of this, but certainly you know that any motion filed has to be served on the prosecutor. How much time does your office need in order to do that? And did you receive a copy of this?
As I have not received a copy of that, and before I address that issue, I would respectfully request that you inquire into this defendant's assets to see whether he has a present ability to retain private counsel.
He tells me he isn't employed by a corporation, so.
Objection. This is obscene.
Sir, this is a conversation that I'm having with Mr. Walker, not with you. And the way you didn't want me to interrupt you, I would like you not to interrupt me or Mr. Walker.
Objection. This man cannot speak for me, man.
Objection must be the word of the day. He really thinks that he's smarter than everybody else and is so smart that he doesn't need a lawyer.
I hadn't filled out any public defender's applications nor contracts to agree to that. You cannot force me against my consent to have someone who I have no formal contract or agreement with to speak on my behalf. I'm a natural flesh and blood man. I don't have to have, yes, ma'am. I do not have to have an attorney at law, a colorable attorney at law, de facto attorney at law, propose or purport to speak for me in any regards to these matters at hand.
Let's see. March 23rd, sufficient time, Mr. Walker?
I think so, Judge.
All right. Then this matter shall be and hereby is continued until Monday, March 23rd at 9 o'clock.
Objection, man. The notice of removal is already in. You will be receiving it today. So.
If I receive it before March 23rd at 9 a.m., I am aware of my obligations when a matter has been removed to federal court. If for some reason the federal court does not accept it, or it's not properly filed, or there's something else, that's the next stage for this proceeding.
Objection, ma'am. I will not be participating in any more of these proceedings.
Do what you want.
I'm sorry, and I can do that.
This is the only notice that I will give you of the proceeding on March 23rd at 9 o'clock in the morning. We don't send out letters reminding people. We'll simply expect that you will be here. Thank you very much.
He will be contacted by my office, and we'll arrange an interview with him in the office, and he'll have to sign it.
Do you have his address?
It's on here. The address I have is the
P.O. box. It's right here.
Objection. If you attempt to contact me and negotiate any contracts with me, you will be getting sued in federal court too as well, sir.
You serious?
Like, seriously, good luck with that federal lawsuit. The judge is going to laugh at it and throw it out very, very quickly.
All right. Thank you very much.
So that was that video. I believe there was another video with the same judge dealing with either the same Moor or a different one. I've been trying to find it, but unfortunately, I have not been able to locate it. So I do have another Moorish video though lined up. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I've been trying to look for updates on it. I know it was a while ago, but I haven't been able to find anything on it. Let's see. let me bring up this next video. If I can find it, give me a moment. This is a Moorish sovereign citizen traffic stop, and the Moor is also a Karen, apparently. At least that's how she acts. And she does not consent to getting tickets. All right, let me just bring this up here.
How do you turn this around? Shoot. Okay. License and badge number, please. Sir, license and badge number, please.
What's that?
It looks like Gillum 37
3739.
39. Okay,
Yes,
Gillum
ma'am.
37. What's your emergency, sir?
What's my what?
Emergency. What's your emergency?
The reason I stopped you today is because your tag, your license plate has been expired since 2013. When I run it, it shows to have been got suspended in 2014. That's the reason for the stop.
My question was, what's your emergency? Do you have an emergency? Is there a articulable cause for concern? Why did you pull me over if there's no emergency?
That's why. It's your suspended license plate.
So you don't have an emergency?
By no means does a traffic stop require there to be an emergency. The officer had a valid reason for stopping you. You have an expired license plate.
Because I would love to help you if you have an emergency.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
I would love to help you if you have an emergency, sir.
Yes, ma'am. It's a traffic stop. It's not an emergency. Do you have a driver's license with you?
Well, are you making any assumptions or presumptions here today?
I can't hear you still.
Are you making any
Yep, I agree with that. There is no way of getting through to these people.
Well, you're under the assumption that I drive.
Oh, stop with the nonsense. You're driving the car. You're sitting in the driver's seat. The car didn't drive there by itself. You can call it traveling all you want, but in reality, you drove it.
Am I what?
You're under the assumption that I drive.
Okay. Do you have a driver's
What's your
license?
articulable reason for stopping me?
Okay. Do you have a driver's license with you today or an ID? Any form of identification?
I don't drive, I travel, sir.
What's that, ma'am?
I don't drive, I travel.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license or
I was finally able to find that video of the other sovereign citizen in court with that same judge that we just watched. So we'll watch that one after this.
I don't drive. So do I have to show you any kind of driver's license by law?
Yes, you have to show them your driver's license. You're traveling by means of driving in Houston, Texas. And Texas is one of the 50 states of the United States. And in all 50 states, you're required to have a valid driver's license when operating a motor vehicle on a public roadway.
Yes, ma'am.
I have you on camera saying that I, by law, have to show you a driver's license.
That's correct. Yes, ma'am.
That's kind of inaccurate. Can you call your supervisor? And are you familiar?
Exactly. What gear is in your car when going forward? Not once have I ever seen a gear called travel. I'm just saying. The way it usually goes, the most ignorant are the most competent, and the smartest are usually not competent.
Are you familiar with the consular notification manual?
Am I what?
Are you familiar with the consular notification manual?
Okay. Yes. Thanks, Doctor. Hey, I need you to come by.
There's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. There's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. It's an oxymoron.
Oh, you are 100% a sovereign citizen and a terrible one at that.
We're going to be Katy Freeway, Service Road, outbound.
And again, all of this just to get out of a damn traffic ticket really doesn't seem worth it in my view. Like,
Law of the flags.
Ma'am, I have my supervisor on the way, okay?
Okay.
Once again, will you provide me with your driver's license or any form of
Are you making
identification?
any assumptions or presumptions here
Okay.
today? You don't have an emergency. Are you aware that it is a federal crime to pull over an individual without an emergency?
What's that, ma'am?
Are you aware that it is a federal crime to pull over an individual without an emergency? You use your lights and sirens, they're still...
oh my god, it is not a federal crime. It's just more soft sit BS that has no legal meaning whatsoever.
on.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Are you aware that it is against the law? It is a federal crime for you to pull someone over using your lights and sirens where there is no emergency.
Okay, ma'am. I just need to see your driver's
Well, I
license.
put you on notice that it is a federal crime. My charge for this stop is $10,000.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Okay.
Gotta love soft sits and their fee schedules. Your imaginary fee schedules. And I guarantee you, you ain't seeing a single penny of that $10,000.
You agree? $10,000. Gillum 3739.
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Hey, Seth, you said you turn at what street, and are you on the main lane? I'm sorry, sir.
You turn at a Harry Ashford and we are on the road. You'll see us.
I can't believe when I need that information, I can't find it.
So basically, she's looking for her soft sit scripts that she probably paid online for. And boy, what a waste of money that was.
I'm gonna try to look for my documentation. I'm gonna try to look for my documentation in the backseat of the car. I'm not trying to get any weapons. I don't have any weapons. I don't own any weapons. I'm just gonna look in the backseat to see if I can find
documentation
the documentation I need to give you.
Also known as sovereign citizen nonsense that she printed off of some website.
I cannot believe. Where the heck could it go? And just so you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and wave the flag.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm gonna get it to stay there.
Like, really, they have no shame whatsoever. Like, do they realize at all any sense of self-awareness of how ridiculous they look? Hey, Cassie Molloy, good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Let's do it right here. That's good enough for me. That's my flag. American flag, the true American flag.
No, it's not. It absolutely is not. Hey, free soul. Hi from New Zealand. We have these nutters here too. Oh yeah, they're definitely all over the world. Sadly. Absolutely nothing.
You serious?
Were you able to find the document? that you were
No,
looking for?
I think I might have put it underneath the seat, and I can't really grab it right now. It's like a bunch of paperwork. I must have put it in the back seat, in the trunk, and I can't get out. Oh, let me give you this. Oh wait, hold on. Let me put it in the camera real quick.
What is this?
Let me put it in the camera real quick. Give me my property back.
Well, I'll show it to you.
Give me my property back really quick, please. Okay. So I can put it in the camera, sir. And he won't give my property back.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Name and badge number?
Houston Police Department.
Sergeant Ham?
Yes,
What's
ma'am.
your badge
How are you
number?
doing today?
Good. What's your badge number, please?
I'm sorry?
Badge number?
I can't hear you.
Your badge number.
Okay. Supervisor don't have badge number. It's just Sergeant Ham, ma'am.
Okay, Sergeant Ham. Got you. So he took my property, just so you know. Okay. You might want to view that information.
Okay, ma'am. Just give me 1 second.
I also have this. This information.
You know, it's a fake Moorish ID, but you would have to be stupid to show any type of documentation with your personal information on camera and broadcast it to the world. Like, how? Like, there's no sense of logic with these people.
Too. I'm waiting to give them this. I don't know that they need it because I gave them my travel card.
They're not going to accept that because it's not a fake ID. Just because you printed it somewhere doesn't mean it's a real ID. No, they don't need that because that's not a government-issued ID. That's just some fake Moorish ID that you bought off a sovereign citizen website, and it has no legal meaning whatsoever. Well said, Pass
I asked
Mark.
them if they were familiar with the consular notification manual. He didn't seem familiar. He didn't even. It doesn't even seem like he knew what it was. So we're gonna prove this shit again, because the last time I did this shit, I didn't have a camera rolling. I was too nervous, and it worked out just fine. Actually, the cop was trying to get a little aggressive. I noticed that he was reaching for his gun, and he said, "Oh no, this is my taser." I'm like, "No."
You know, you can say whatever you want, but without any evidence, it's all just hearsay, and it doesn't mean anything. Like, just because you said it, it must be true. That's how these soft-sits think.
Taser looks completely different. I'm telling you right now, you are not reaching for your taser, sir. Do you have any intentions of harming me, harming my property, damaging me, killing me? Do you have any intentions of doing any kind of harm to me whatsoever? And then he got nervous. I asked him to call his supervisor. They also let me go. And it's a federal crime. They pulled me over. He ran my information without any crime, and they have their lights and sirens on.
The crime is that you're driving with an expired license plate.
Well, he had the sirens on.
A few minutes later.
I'm going to take some time to do a little light reading. A little light reading. Well,
Of course, I didn't see the full title of the book, but it's something Meet Your Straw Man, which is just more soft-sit crap. Like,
wait, because clearly,
hang on. Meet your straw man and whatever you want to know. Happy is the man that beneath wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. Oh God, how much did she pay for that crap? Like, they have no shame. They post these videos of themselves doing this crap. and they think they're right and then are shocked when the rest of us laugh at them.
Well, I wait, because clearly $10,000 doesn't mean anything to them.
I think you're delusional if you really think you're going to see a single cent of that $10,000.
And this one I'm going to press. Pulled me over and ran my information. You don't even have an emergency. You don't even know if I'm within your jurisdiction. Hello.
There's a bunch of dead air here, so I'm going to jump ahead towards the end where the officers return to the vehicle.
Hello.
Okay, Miss Lytle, you can write citation.
I'm Amra.
What's that?
Amra.
Okay, ma'am. You're getting one citation.
No, I do not accept.
Okay, that's okay.
I do not accept. You don't have jurisdiction.
He is full of wisdom, that past narc.
I do not accept.
Date, time, and court location, all right here. Attach all the pamphlets.
I need the name and badge number of all the individuals here. This is gonna cost you $10,000 each of you. No, I asked for name and badge number.
Matthew McMurtry,
8728 Sally SALLE.
Would you like to sign in the yellow box? This is not a plea of guilt. You're saying you're going to show up for court.
Absolutely not. I do not consent.
Your consent isn't required. You're still getting the ticket.
Okay. Have a safe day, ma'am.
No, I don't want it.
Do you want your card?
I do not consent. I'll write down whatever you need. Give me my card. Give me my card. I need my property. I will write down whatever you need.
I can't hear you.
You can hear me just fine.
I cannot hear you.
Well, I believe that you can.
You have to speak up a little bit. I cannot hear you.
I believe that you can.
I can't.
Well, I don't want to raise my voice or yell because you might try to say that I'm trying to be combative. I'm not trying to be combative. Can I have my property, please?
Okay. You're also getting a citation. If you
no, I do not consent. You do not have jurisdiction.
Hold on. Just listen real quick.
I do not.
Yes, he does.
Ground you litter, you will be going to jail.
No, I will not. You don't have jurisdiction. Right, I am Amra. I do not consent. No, we're not doing that. Please do not do that, sir. Do not. You cannot force me to contract with you. You cannot force me.
Have a great day, man.
You cannot force me to contract with you. I do not consent. I do not consent. I do not consent. You do not have jurisdiction.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Have a great day. You're also getting a ticket for littering. You don't want this?
I do not consent. You do not have any consent over my situation. Okay. You do not have jurisdiction. This is the card.
Again, more made up crap.
They can act like they don't know, but they know. Especially the so-called supervisor.
Demand a delegation of authority order
signed
by Congress.
Manual. And that's what I'm about to ask them when they come back. We're gonna get the consular a part of this conversation.
All right, ma'am. That's for you.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Are you familiar with the consular notification manual?
Ma'am.
Are you familiar with the consular notification manual? It's going to cost you $10,000 for this stop. $10,000, sir, for this stop.
Well, good luck with that.
Just like I told you, you don't take no fucking contracts. You cannot be forced into contract. And that's how you do it.
That's how you do what exactly? Get a littering ticket on top of your traffic tickets? Sure, you didn't accept the tickets, but that doesn't mean they magically just go away. You still got to deal with them, and if you refuse to deal with them, then you're just going to get a warrant issued for your arrest. I would like to give a huge... And you know, I haven't seen a video of her collecting that $10,000 like she said that she would get. Funny how we never see that video. Oh yeah, because it doesn't happen. Ugh, so much nonsense. Exactly, monopoly money. That's what a cop should do. When a SOPSID activates their fee schedule, the cops should just have monopoly money and just start handing them. That would be hilarious. All right, so I found the video of this other sovereign citizen dealing, and it's the same judge that dealt with the other sovereign citizen that we watched earlier. So let me bring this video up.
As a
It is not my
constitutionally
obligation, and
oath,
do not point at
yes,
me.
you have a constitutional oath to uphold the Constitution, ma'am.
You misunderstand the procedure. I will attempt to explain it to you.
Objection.
The documents that you want.
Honestly, I haven't looked at her channel recently. I'll have to do some research after the stream and see if she's posted anything else. She received the $10,000, but YouTube always deletes that footage.
Are not documents that are in the court's file at this point in time.
Objection,
I don't know
ma'am.
if they would ever be in the court's file at this point in time.
That's
Your
not,
position
that's not my problem, ma'am.
If you absolutely, it's your problem.
But no,
Because
that's
if your
not my
position
problem.
is that you want them from the prosecutor, and you have requested them from the prosecutor,
That's right.
and the prosecutor has failed to give them to you,
That's right.
you can make the appropriate application to the court, and you can say to the court, I've asked for them.
Yes, if you are enjoying today's stream, be sure to hit that like button. Just helps the YouTube algorithm, helps get my videos recommended to more people. So yeah, be sure to smash that like button if you haven't already.
I'm entitled to them. I haven't gotten them. Order them to give it to me.
I've already
I have
filed
received
a
no
notarized affidavit of fact in reference to return of property weeks ago. A notarized affidavit. So if you're telling me you don't have to acknowledge affidavits, all right, that's what your statement is. However, bottom line is this court has failed to prove jurisdiction and has avoided the issue of jurisdiction at all costs. And nobody in here has the status. All right, nobody has proven status, and nobody in here has the authority to proceed. Now, the last hearing we discussed, you stated that
Could you please stop yelling at me?
this matter, you stated, ma'am, for the record, you stated that this matter was relative to jurisdiction, not Mr. Keesler's position here and not anything else. You stated that you were giving the prosecution a chance to prove jurisdiction, and he's not even the assigned prosecutor to the case, but obviously he's remaining silent, and he has nothing to state. So I move that this case be dismissed.
When there is an appropriate application before this court to address the issue of discovery violations, jurisdiction, or anything else, the court will act. Filing a notarized or not notarized affidavit is not an appropriate way to bring a matter before the attention of the court. What you must file is a notice of motion that sets forth the relief that you want, and it needs to be supported with a certification, an affidavit, whatever it is.
Can you repeat that, ma'am?
Notice of motion. This is
And that-
exactly what I told Cheyenne Matoda Kushmir L.
For the record, man, which rule, authority, courtroom rule, statute are you using?
It's in the court rules. I do
to
not
address that
recall.
matter?
It is in the court rules. I do not recall, and I'm not going to look up for you the exact court rule, but the court rules set out the procedure that you must follow.
Objection, ma'am. I'm not a party to society. I'm not subject.
If you're not part of our society, then why the hell did you show up for court? Like, seriously. Because they'll say that they showed up under threat, duress, and coercion. Just, oh my God. Like, and I swear, objection must be the word of the day.
To your courtroom rules, and you have not proven jurisdiction.
And I will never address the issue of jurisdiction until and unless the appropriate application is made before the court, because filing either an affidavit that's notarized or an affidavit that's not notarized does not bring it before the attention of this court.
Objection. There is no discretion to ignore the lack of jurisdiction. Joyce versus United States. Jurisdiction is fundamental, and a judgment rendered by a court that does not have jurisdiction in here is void ab initio, and that is.
And now he's just going to start rambling off court cases to try and make it fit his narrative, because, of course, sovereign citizens only tell you what they want you to hear. I object to your objection. I object to your objection to your objection.
It's an application of Y300 P.132 versus Caveat. Once jurisdiction is challenged, the court cannot proceed when it clearly appears the court lacks jurisdiction. The court has no authority to reach merits, but rather should dismiss the action. Melo versus United States 505 F2D. When jurisdiction is challenged, the party invoking jurisdiction has the burden of establishing. Basso versus U.S. Power Light Company. Courts enforcement statutes do not act judicially, but merely ministerially. Thus, no judicial immunity, and unlike courts of law, do not obtain jurisdiction by service of process, nor even arrest and compelled appearance. I'm here by way of threat, duress, coercion. I'm going to make that clear for the record every time I have to appear here, if I have to appear here. The only reason I'm appearing here is by way of your threat, duress, coercion, or your company's threat, duress, coercion.
You can read me. Let me interrupt you, please. You can read me this until the cows come home. You can read it ad nauseum and ad infinitum. It doesn't change the fact that until the issue is brought appropriately before this court, no ruling with regard to jurisdiction is ever going to be made. Now, let me ask you this question, though. In the other matter, first of all, let me backtrack a little bit. Let me get the correct number out here because we now have two numbers. In the case with indictment number 08-04-0441, which is the one in which...
Yeah, for some reason they hate being called soft-sits, even though they're basically the ones that came up with the term. We didn't come up with it, they did. You small words, Judge. Exactly. Too many big words might hurt his brain. If he's not part of our society, why is he quoting society's rules as justification for his position? Exactly. See? These soft-sits, man, they say one thing, then say the other. They just contradict themselves consistently.
Cheyenne M. Cushamirel is also involved. I have severed those matters, so they will be on completely separate tracks. But he told me that he had filed a notice of removal to the federal court, and my question to you is,
I agree with that, PJC.
To federal court with regard to any of these matters?
Yes, ma'am. Notice of removal has been filed
regarding
all matters.
The three matters?
Yes, the three matters that you
May I ask you, please, would you tell me when did you file this?
It was filed last night. FedEx.
To the federal court?
To the federal court.
All right.
Yes.
Well, as I am sure you are aware, if the court accepts them, then we will simply transfer them to the federal court. We won't deal with them anymore.
Okay, well, I'm still sure you're aware of the matter that you've not proven jurisdiction in either of the hearings and that you've avoided addressing the issue of jurisdiction.
And I will continue to not address the issue of jurisdiction until the appropriate motion is filed with the court and the court has the ability to address it and make a determination with regard to it.
I don't think the judge has enough crayons to make him understand what's happening. Oh, definitely. Soft-sits never understand or stand under, for that matter.
And Judge, if I could just for a minute, that's the issue at hand. As currently stands, we are representing.
Objection. You're not representing me.
Therefore, it would be our responsibility to file that motion. given the fact that he will not cooperate with our office, it's impossible for us to do that.
Objection.
We really need to
Well,
reach the
I
issue.
do, I want to.
Yeah, Judge Middleton just recently shut down at least 2 sovereign citizens in the span of what, a week or two? Judge Middleton is awesome. He's one of my favorites.
Back to what I do want to get back to what Amir KCL said. Now, we addressed the issue to some extent with regard to the indictments. I have here for you, and the record will reflect, that I am giving you a copy of the indictment that has 08-07-0727 and also 08-04-0441.
Objection. Just for the record, the Office of Public Defense is not representing me. You don't have any power of attorney for me, and I'm not part of your society, so you cannot represent me, and we do not share nationalities. Okay, now, for the record, I need the nationality of every agent in here, and I need the name and the information because I'm suing everybody.
Mr. Kramer.
Everybody. So I need everybody's name and your position, starting with you, sir.
I'm going to have to remember to grab this video later because I'll probably make an actual video about this guy because he is hitting all the spots on the soft sit bingo card right now.
Who is calling out from the audience?
I was, ma'am.
No, you were not.
Who
was? No, do not hand anything over. Nothing. In the audience, please do not call out while court is in session or the officer will ask you to leave. These are now completely discombobulated. They're not stable. Well,
the one wasn't stable. The one was.
No, I don't have. Look, you can't even read this. Is that what I gave you?
I think so, yes. I gave you back the original. Do you have the copies? I gave them to her.
Take care, Edward. Thanks for coming by, and I hope you have a great day, my friend.
No one is going to give you any information.
Ma'am, are you stating that you are not obligated to provide me with your identity and status?
You know my name.
Your employees or your co-workers are not obligated to provide me with their identity, status, and company position, ma'am?
Yes, I believe you're correct, Jay. How can he not participate now, but come back and participate when he wants to sue? Wouldn't he need to bring us to his court to do that? Yes, he would. I believe he absolutely would. If he's not part of society, then he should have to bring us, we the people, to his court.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Did you not just hear me?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I was trying to get the paperwork together.
Okay.
Can you wait a moment till I'm finished?
No, I'm going to repeat myself. I'm here on the time, ma'am.
Hold on. I'm trying to get all these papers together.
So it's a simple question. I'm sure you can answer it while you get your papers together.
I cannot get them together. I can't answer. This only has 3. Okay. This has 3 counts, and this you didn't make a copy of the last count. So make a copy of the last page and bring it in, and we'll staple them together. All right, Noble Amir KCL. You complained about discovery. I think I've addressed that. I'm giving you the copies of the indictments, and you said you've never been interviewed. I am sure that Mr. Kiesler can give you now a date for you to be interviewed.
Objection, ma'am. I do not require the Office of Public Defense or any attorney at
Happy
law.
Thanksgiving.
Well, you told me that you were complaining that you hadn't been interviewed.
No, what I stated was if he was representational.
Okay, that's where that video ends, but I believe there is a second part to it. Let me bring it up.
Representation on this case, He has not provided assistance. If he was representation for this case, the assistance is ineffective.
Well, my understanding is that Judge Smith has required Mr. Kiesler to represent you.
Objection. I've addressed this matter with Judge Smith. Judge Smith does not have jurisdiction and could not prove jurisdiction. Therefore, Judge Smith does not have the authority to make any decisions for me. And neither do you. And neither does Mr. Kiesler, and neither does the Office of Public Defense. For the record. Now, as I stated, you just told me that you did not hear my question. My question was, I need the information for the people here who are attempting to force business on me. I want his name and position. I want her name and position. And I want his name and position. And I want your nationality.
Not to point at me, and I am now going to ask you not to point at anyone else in the courtroom. It is very impolite.
Hey, some random name. Great to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well.
No problem, man. Now I'm asking you to answer my question.
You know my name. That is all you need to know.
I don't know your name, man.
Judge Laban. That is my name.
Your nationality?
You have no need to know my nationality.
Yes, I do. You are attempting to force business upon me. I need to know your nationality. For the record. And your status. For the record. And anybody else that's working with you.
Your questions are unintelligible to me.
They're unintelligible? Do you not understand what nationality means, man? Do I need to pull out the dictionary? Which dictionary are you comfortable with using, man? For the record.
All right, the record should reflect that I am going to give to Noble Amir Kusamir L. I'm sorry, Noble Amir Kacey L. A copy of indictment 08-07-0727 and indictment 08-04-0441.
Objection, ma'am. Could you state for the record who those indictments are addressed to?
Well,
stated who you were giving to. Objection. Wait, no. Hand that back.
What a stubborn, rude person this guy is. Like, exactly, he is disrespectful. But, I mean, that's the Walsofts are, really.
I am handing the papers.
She needs to state for the record.
I am handing the papers to Noble Amir Kacey L.
I need to know who's on it, ma'am.
It doesn't matter who's on it.
Yes,
I'm
it
giving
does.
you copies of papers.
I need to know who's addressed to.
Read it.
If it's not addressed to me,
read it.
You've not read my notarized affidavits.
Read it.
You've not read my notarized affidavits.
Well,
yes,
this is what
he
I'm going to
basically
do. I'm
just
going to
said
give this
that.
matter another date. Mr. Kiesler, you can make whatever application you want. Noble Amir KCL, you can make whatever application you want. Hopefully, in the meantime, we will hear from the federal court with regard to the removal application.
I'm going to just state for the record that your application to do any further proceedings are denied because you have not proven jurisdiction, neither has the prosecution who was here and present. Prosecution, would you state your proof of claim for the record?
Your Honor, would any motion by our office be heard on the next date, or would you set a separate hearing?
No, it'll be heard on the next date.
Subset pro tip, saying for the record makes anything you say totally not offensive. Just going through the chat real quick, making sure I haven't missed anything. Hope everyone is enjoying their stream today. Hey Darren, good to see you. Sup Mark, I'm having a hard day today. Just commenting to support. Well, I hope your day gets better, my friend.
Thank you.
For the record, the application to proceed to set any hearings is denied. It's not proven jurisdiction.
April 6th.
Denied.
Thank you, Your Honor. Maybe excuse, Judge?
This is the only notice that I will give Noble Amir KCL at the April 6th date. I don't know if anyone sends out, I don't know if Mr. Kiesler's office sends out letters reminding people, but I don't, and simply expect that you will be here on April 6th. And please, let me just say this. If you want this court to rule with regard to jurisdiction. It is very simple to bring the issue before me. All you need to do is file the appropriate application, a notice of motion.
Objection,
You
ma'am.
can file all these other papers, and it's just never going to happen, sir.
Well, objection, ma'am. That's not my problem that you're not upholding the law, ma'am. That's not my problem. That's your problem, ma'am. Because whether you people understand or not, you've all fired yourselves. So there is no room to set another hearing because you failed to prove jurisdiction in every hearing that we've had. Judge Smith has failed to prove jurisdiction. You failed to prove jurisdiction. Prosecutor Luciano has failed to prove jurisdiction. You people fired yourselves. I'm letting you know that right now you violated your constitutional oath. I'm protected by the Treaty of Peace and Friendship via 1787.
Maybe excuse me.
Yes, Mr. Kacey, thank you.
Is this matter dissolved?
No, it's not dissolved.
He just said a whole lot of words, but in reality, he said absolutely nothing. Like, I love how soft-sits think that they can just do whatever they want, and then when they face the consequences, they act like the laws don't apply to them, when in reality they do. Now, I have another video here. This isn't a Moorish sovereign citizen, but it is a sovereign citizen nonetheless. This is Judge Middleton going up against a sovereign citizen in his courtroom from November 3rd. So let me bring this video up. Yeah, I think she should have. I mean, probably some reason not to. Probably delay the case like we saw in the Brooks trial. Maybe, but she absolutely could have held him in contempt. Hey, John Bull, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Here. This is file number, what's that?
Here on special appearance in the Divine and Living.
Okay, could you hand that to me? Well, first let me call the case. This is file number 222036SM. I'll give this back to you. You don't want to lose this. This is a birth certificate for Justin Michael Aiken, who happens to be the person that got this citation, Justin Michael Aiken. I don't want to keep that. I don't want you to lose it. You need it. Anyway, that's you. Mr. Aiken, you're here under one appearance or another. You
No, he does not.
Citation charging with having no insurance. The last lady had the same charge. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail, a fine of up to $500 and not less than $200. The second count is the one that carries a driving suspension. That's called driving suspended. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. That carries 2 points and requires that your license be suspended. So that could affect your ability to drive a car. And then the third count is a registration plate violation, which is a civil infraction. I don't know if there's any sort of plea offer at this point. It probably isn't. What was your advice, Ms. Jackson?
I advised him that he should plead not guilty, ask for a pretrial, and pay off what is suspending him, which is basically a couple of tickets of leave out of English County. See if he can't get some reduction on that charge.
That's not bad advice. Mr. Aiken, she's recommending at this point that you plead not guilty, and I don't have a problem with that. Your driving record shows that you had some previous insurance tickets that you didn't pay. And then she indicates you may also have some things from Indiana.
This
from
gets
Range
interesting in a
County.
minute when he starts to spew his nonsense.
What's that?
Branch County.
Branch County? Okay, let me look at this, because I did look at this yesterday. The staff has been talking with you. They say you're very polite and respectful, but may not completely understand everything. Your driving record
Welcome back, Binary.
shows that you are currently suspended. You do have an ID. You have cold water.
I'm not
March
sure
of
if this is the
22,
one,
Failed to comply with
but it could
judgment.
be.
That means you didn't pay the ticket. And so her advice is probably pretty good. What would you like to do, sir?
Well, there's case laws here that states that the use of an automobile as necessary to the earnings of a livelihood as modern life requires use in the interest of realism to conclude the right to use as an automobile on the public highways partakes of nature of a liberty within the meaning of the constitutional guarantees. Barbarian versus Luzier, 1958, 139, A2D, 869, and then the right to operate a automobile upon the public streets and highways is not a mere privilege. It is a
So
right of a
much
liberty,
word
the
salad.
enjoyment of which is protected by the guarantees of the federal and state constitutions. Adam versus City of the Pocatello, 416 P.2D 46, 48, 91, Idaho, 99, 1966. And a traveler has an equal right to employ an automobile as a means of transportation and to occupy the public's highways with other vehicles in common use. Campbell versus Walker, 78, Atlanta, 601, 603, 2 Boyce, Dell, 41. Also, the word automobile connotes a pleasure vehicle designed for the transportation of persons on highways. American Mutual Liability Insurance Co. versus Chaput 68.2 D2, sorry. 18.
He's just saying words, but he doesn't know what they mean. Like, he's probably citing the stuff off of a soft script, and he has no clue what he's really even saying. Thank you, Jack Gunner, for the $2 super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you.
19. Motor vehicle, the term motor vehicle means every description of the carriage or otherwise convenience propelled or drawn by mechanical power and used for commercial purposes on the highways. The term used for commercial purposes means the carriage or a person or property for any fare, fee, rate, charge, or other considerations, or directly or indirectly in connection with any business or other undertakings intended for profit. A motor vehicle or automobile for hire is a motor vehicle other than an automobile stage used for the transportation of persons for which remuneration is received. International Motor Transit Co. versus Seattle 251 P120.
So does that mean you want to plead not guilty to this stuff?
Yes.
All right.
Because
I don't know if there's a club, you pay dues. As I said, the staff said you've been very polite and respectful, but you are woefully misinformed. People keep coming up with these.
I have one more thing. Okay.
Well, anyway, everything you just said has no meaning to whether or not you need a valid driver's license or insurance in the state of Michigan.
I love Judge Middleton. Perfect response. What you just said has no meaning to anything. Perfect response.
And the problem is, Mr. Aiken, you could take all this misinformation and really get yourself in a difficult circumstance. I don't know who's teaching you this, whether you learned it yourself off the internet or you've got a mentor that is taking you down this rabbit hole. But I don't want you to get yourself in a situation where you're going to have to live to be 99 years old to get your driver's license back.
Right.
So first of all, Mr. Jackson's advice that you pay the ticket in Branch County would be helpful. Everything you just said has a thimbles full, an empty thimbles full worth of effect on anything. Your driver's license is suspended by the state of Michigan. you can travel all you want, but you can't drive a car until you get that cleared up.
Exactly. You can travel all you want, but you can't drive a car. He sounds like a 7th grader asked to read out loud in front of the classroom. All that word salad to agree with the not guilty plea. And yes, Judge Middleton is awesome. All Middleton hears is blah, blah, blah. Exactly. Judge Middleton might as well be trying to teach a dog a card trick. I think dogs have a more capable understanding than sovereign citizens ever will.
Secondly, you're not an independent nation unto yourself. You need insurance. I don't want you to get all sideways. You can't get your license back from following this irrelevant, meaningless information that you've been provided with. You seem like a nice young man.
Exactly,
So
toothless
I'm gonna
vape
show
and
you
more.
plead not guilty. Would you give Mr. Aiken his birth
They
certificate
definitely
back? I
are.
don't want him to lose that. Now, you said there was something else you wanted to tell me?
Yes, if that's okay, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Okay, it states right here, under U.S. Supreme Court decision, that common law is the real law, the supreme law of the land, that codes, rules, regulations, policy, and statutes are not the
He's
law.
still trying his
So therefore,
script.
as in insurance, regulations, title, tags are not law. That's as it's stated here, Rodriguez versus Ray Donovan, U.S. Department of Labor, 1769, or 769 F 2D, 1344, 1348, 1985. And then U.S. Supreme Court decision 1796. There, every man is independent of all laws except those prescribed by nature. He is not bound by any institutions formed by his fellow men without his consent. Cruden versus Neal. And then this decision has never been overturned.
Okay, I'm not sure where you get this stuff. If that were true, you wouldn't need me, you wouldn't need police, you'd have anarchy and people rioting in the streets and we're about there now. People do whatever they feel like. If somebody says something they don't like, they shoot them. Somebody says something they don't like, they punch them in the nose. They feel like everybody else's property is their property. There's something here in the United States, here in Michigan and here in St. Joe County called the rule of law. And the judges don't make the laws, the legislature does. The judges are sworn to enforce them. So at this point, somebody gave you all this information, which doesn't really affect anything, and it isn't a legitimate defense. You're entitled to have it. You're entitled to be misinformed.
In other words, what Judge Middleton is trying to tell you, sir, is that your make-believe sob-sit BS is complete and utter nonsense and will not work.
I can't, and you're entitled to believe what you want. You're entitled to have a trial in front of 6 jurors.
Yeah, we can do that.
This isn't even, that stuff won't even get to a jury. The only question would be, did you have insurance and were you driving? Anyway, as I said, I don't want you to get on the driving suspended merry-go-round and you'd be unable to get off of it. Whoever is giving you this information is doing you a terrible disservice. You got these tickets in other jurisdictions that you didn't pay. Now you're suspended. How'd you get here today?
I got a ride. Somebody gave me a ride.
All right. Well, don't drive anymore till we sort this out. I would like to see you get back on the right side of having a driver's license. This stuff is not helpful. It doesn't aid your cause. It has little meaning. And the bottom line is you need to have a valid driver's license. You need to have insurance. This stuff doesn't carry any lawful weight in any court in the state of Michigan. So I'm going to show you're pleading not guilty. We'll send you out to the court office. We'll have a pretrial. You can share your thoughts and beliefs with the prosecutor. it'll probably just make them mad. But Miss Jackson's advice.
I
is a
wouldn't
good
be
one.
surprised if
you
he
can
drove
go get the
himself.
tickets paid off, get your license available to get it, they may give you some consideration. But you live in Constantine, which is a little place.
Right.
Every time you drive, they're gonna pull you over again.
Yeah, it's
We're gonna
different.
be on the merry-go-round and we won't be able to get off of it. So, like I said, you've always been polite and respectful, and you're entitled to believe what you want, but this isn't helpful to your cause. So we'll get a pretrial, let you share that information with the prosecutor, see what they want to do. But Ms. Jackson's advice, I think, is good advice.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Aiken, why don't you take him out to the counter? Now, what's going to happen next, and I apologize, once upon a time, we used to do the pretrial right here at the time of the arraignment. But with county cases, we're not able to do that presently. Are you missing work right now?
No, not right now.
Okay, good. I don't want you to.
Are you missing work right now? Well, I highly doubt that this softset has a job. I mean, because that's a common theme with all these softsuits is that typically they're unemployed, jobless, and like to e-beg for money. So yeah, he probably, in all likelihood, does not have a job. Exactly, definitely not missing work. Probably doesn't know what the different definition of work is. Yeah, I agree, Binary. Judge Middleton is one of the best judges I've seen. I mean, he's fair, he's cool. He tries to help people out instead of locking them up for months and months and years at a time.
Have to take time off from work to come back here, but we'll talk further about this. And if you want a trial, you're ultimately entitled to have one. My hope is you could get some of this stuff squared away and the prosecutor will give you some consideration to help you get your valid license back. But when you were young, you took driver's ed, you did all the steps you needed to do to get a valid license?
Correct, I did then. That was before I actually started researching into law, actual common law.
So he had a license, but because he found out about common law, most likely from YouTube University, he decided he doesn't need one anymore.
Law of the United States of America, which is common law, God's law. Legal is the undoing of God's law, illegally. That's what it comes down to. I mean, I know you don't know it. It's just there's a whole bunch of fraud.
Well, I didn't just fall off the turnip truck. I've been here for 42 years and people have been making these harebrained arguments for years and they don't carry any weight. And I'm sorry that you have gone down this path, but it isn't going to be beneficial. And the better, and you went to all the effort to get a driver's license. Don't throw it away because of some mistaken beliefs about something that was rendered in 1796. So anyway, we'll send you out for a pretrial and we'll see where this goes. But I appreciate the fact that you are polite, respectful, and you have a right to believe misinformation if you want to, but it isn't in your best interest. All right, good luck, sir. We'll probably talk further.
Your Honor, and Deputy Tyler looked on the cameras for that.
All right, so that basically does it for that video. I mean, Judge Middleton is trying to basically tell him this softset crap is nonsense. Stop doing it. Stop listening to the sovereign citizen belief before you mess up your life. But this guy probably isn't going to listen because sovereign citizens never listen. That would have been great to see Judge Middleton be a guest judge in the Brooks trial. Judge Middleton would have shut down Brooks very, very quickly. Now, I think we have time for at least one more video today. And it's going to be a classic one. Today we are going to take a look at Judge Hurley versus the settler, the agent, and the individual, David Hall. Ah, he did drive there? Oh, wow. Of course he drove there. I'm not surprised. So he basically lied to the judge.
The services of the public defender, Your Honor.
Mr. Hall, DUI, expired driver's license.
Good morning, Judge. Judge, I need to say how I'm appearing today, sir.
Hold on, wait, let me finish. Hold on.
Take care, Patricia. Great to see you, and I hope you have a great day, my friend.
Expired tag attaching a plate not assigned, license suspended, failed to drive in a single lane. Just give me a moment, sir. Let me look at your driving record. Okay?
Sir, I haven't said for the court how I'm appearing today,
Well,
sir.
I'm not asking you yet. Just give me a moment, all right? I need to look at your record. Okay, I'm looking here. Failure to pay traffic tickets back 2011. Open container out. Okay. All right, sir. Hold on. Does this gentleman, Mr. David Hall, does he have any criminal record?
Yes, Judge, and he also has pending felony DWLSs in front
Okay,
of.
what's the pending felony DWLS?
You sign. Okay, there's a few. One second.
I'll give you a moment to talk in just a moment, sir. Hold on, Mr. Hall.
The pending felony is 14016-582 CF10A.
Okay.
He also has pending misdemeanor DWLSs in front
What
of
is that? What are they?
Judge Evans. Case number 14053-909
Wait, 14 what?
TC30A.
TC30A. Okay.
And that's it.
That's it?
And you a criminal history.
Okay. Now, Mr. Hall, so would you wanted to say something?
Yes, may I speak, Judge?
Well, don't tell me about what happened or did not happen regarding the DUI, but if you want to tell me about something
I'd like
else,
to
go ahead.
state some things.
Go ahead.
I'd like to state some things for the record. Thank you, Judge. Judge John Hurley, I do accept your oath of office here today for the record, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Let
Thank
the
you.
nonsense begin.
Does this court take judicial notice of your oath, sir? With all due respect.
Let me see. I take judicial notice of my own oath. Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, today I'm appearing as the agent and settler for David Hall.
Okay. Okay. Could you get Mr. Hall for me then, sir? Where is he?
I'd go by that name, sir. My name sounds exactly like the defendant's, and I'm here to settle that matter today.
So are you and David Hall one and the same person?
I'm not a person, I'm an individual. David Hall is a person. Okay. I am
are
the agent
you
to
and
that
David
name.
Hall one and the same individual?
I go by the name David Hall, sir, and I'm here about that matter today.
Okay. So you go by the name David Hall. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. The person who goes by the name of David Hall is standing in front
I'm
of
the
you.
individual.
You're
I am
the
an
individual.
individual, not a person.
You're not a person.
Yes, David Hall is a person. I am a private individual. David Hall is a person under color of law, sir.
Okay. Where's David Hall then? The person David Hall.
Exists on paper, sir. David Hall is a corporation. This action is under color of law, sir, and I do understand that. I am here in my real capacity as the private individual for that name, and I'm here about that matter.
You're the
and I'm happy to settle it.
private individual, David Hall.
I'm the settler, sir.
You're the settler, David Hall.
I'm the settler to David Hall, sir.
Are you the private individual, David Hall?
Yes.
Good. Okay, we got that straight. We agree on that. Okay. Now, David
May
Hall,
I, sir?
David Hall, the private individual, I'm looking at your driving record right now. Multiple failures to pay traffic tickets for the
You can
for the
tell
individual,
Judge
David
Hurley's
Hall,
having
not
fun
the
with
person.
this guy.
But, sir, what I'm going to do.
Can you clarify,
Go
sir? I'm not sure I understand that, but I'm happy to settle this matter right now if somebody will make presentments. Nobody has made presentment, and I've asked numerous times, and for the
When
record,
you say presentment, what do you mean by presentment?
presentment of the charging instrument for set-off and settlement, sir. I am the settler.
I just told you what it is. I told you what your I told you what the individual
Presentment,
David Hall did.
Judge.
Yes, sir.
I will require somebody to make me a presentment of the charging instrument on paper so that I may settle that matter. I'm here as settler, and I'm happy to settle this charge.
Okay,
Yeah, these judges are very patient, but the way Judge Hurley handles this guy is extraordinarily excellent.
We're not
right now.
We're not settling. Today's not the day to settle matters for these kind of charges. All right. We don't settle them today. All right.
May I say something else for the record, sir?
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. I am secured party under a UCC filing at the Secretary of State 201-308-717-006.
Okay.
I am secured party to David Hall on the record and through a filing at the Secretary of State, sir. I appear here today as the settler agent, not the person, but the individual. And I don't think I should you understand the difference between a person and an individual.
Agent, and you're the individual, but you're not the person. Is that correct?
Correct. Correct.
I'm going to write that down. Settler.
Oh yeah, there are a couple who use context, syntax, grammar. The Hawaiian guy, which you're mentioning, and I've seen a few sausage try it during traffic stops too.
Agent, an individual, but you're not the person. Got it. I think, I remember, I think it was last week you told me this too. And I was a little uncertain, but it's all become very clear now. Okay, the settler, the agent, the individual, but he's not the person. Okay, so does the settler, the agent, the individual have any money in the bank?
Yes.
Okay, how much money does the settler, the agent, the individual have in the bank?
I'm not certain at this time, sir.
Okay.
Only that I will give it an affirmative that there is money in a bank account.
Okay. And how long has the settler, the agent, and the individual lived in Broward County?
25 years, sir.
Okay. Does the settler, agent, individual own any property in Broward County other than personal effects?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, does the person own any property or have any money in the bank? If you know.
In conjunction with myself, sir. In conjunction with myself, we both have. Yes, I'm the agent for that account also.
Okay, got it. Okay, so now. Okay, now. Here's what we're going to do. The settler, the agent, the individual, and maybe even the person, David Hall, has been charged with DUI. A DUI while the settler, the agent, and even the person, David Hall, was out on bond on 2 cases, 1 felony and 1 misdemeanor for license suspended. So the court believes that the settler, the agent, the individual, and even the person, David Hall, represents a danger to the community because the settler, the agent, the individual, and even the person continues to drive without a valid driver's license.
Judge Hurley is definitely confusing him.
Suspended driver's license in the state of Florida. And so that being said, the court is going to...
May I make a correction, sir?
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, I'm traveling. You said that you used the term driving, and I was traveling, sir. Traveling.
Okay. All right. So the settler, the agent, the individual, or the person, David Hall, for traveling on a public highway or public road in the state of Florida was allegedly doing so without a valid driver's license and has done it several times in the past. So today,
This is alleged, sir?
yes, sir, it is alleged.
Allegedly?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So today, the court's going to set your the settler, the agent, the individual's bond, and even the person's bond today on count 4 at $10,000 because the settler, the agent, the individual, and the person has not stopped driving, even though the settler, the agent, the individual, and the person continues to drive without a driver's license. So that being said, count 1 is $500, count 4 is $10,000, and the court will revoke the bond for the settler, the agent, the individual, and even the person of David Hall on 14-016-582 CF10 and 14-05-3909 TC30A. Both cases will cause the settler, the agent, the individual, and even the person, David Hall, not to be able to be released from the Broward County Jail until further notice of the court. So,
May I post bond, sir?
well,
Is there any other?
Are you asking me as the settler, the agent, the individual, or are you asking me as the person?
Sir, I'm asking as the individual appearing before you today about this matter.
Well, the
Do I
individual,
have?
the settler, the agent, the individual, or the person can post the bond. However, the settler, the agent, or the individual, David Hall, will not be released in any event because this court is revoking the bond on a felony case and a misdemeanor case on the settler, the agent, the individual, and the person, David Hall.
Where is my remedy, sir?
Well, whose remedy are you asking for? The settler, the agent, the individual, or the person?
This is great.
I'm asking for the
Wait,
opportunity.
who are you speaking on behalf of right now?
Sir, I don't understand that question. I believe that you're trying to confuse me now.
No, I'm not.
I'm
no.
simply separating myself from the person. They are two different entities,
Right,
and I know
but
that.
the court is not viewing you as two different people. The court is viewing you as
Well, why
one
not,
entity
sir?
for the purpose of these cases.
Then what entity are you referring to me as?
I'm
Because I
referring
think
to
you're referring to me as
the David Hall, who's the settler, the agent, the individual, and the person.
I'm not the person, sir.
Okay, when
I am
you see
not
the
the
person,
person.
David Hall, tell him he's not leaving jail either, all right?
Sir, then may I ask what my remedy is? Can you provide me a remedy so that
The
I
remedy
may...
is, you don't really have a remedy where you could appeal it to the 4th District Court of Appeal.
How long am I going to be held, sir? I would
Until
like to
another
settle
judge
this matter.
tells you can be released.
I would like to settle this matter, sir.
We're not going to settle it today.
Then I'm being denied for the record, I'm being denied my remedy.
What do you
For the
think
record,
your remedy
my
is?
remedy is being denied. For the record, I am the real individual, and this action is under color of law, and I don't understand this color of law action.
Okay. Well, have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
Come on.
Down the middle. Let's roll.
That was great. If you see the person, David Hall, tell him he's not leaving jail either. See, now that could be used as a training video for judges, like how to deal with sovereign citizens. All right, everyone. Yep, he's definitely traveling to his cell. That's the only place he's traveling to. We've been streaming for about 2.5 hours. I think this is a good time to wrap it up for today. Now, I believe the Darrell Brooks sentencing phase begins tomorrow, I believe. So I'll try and stream some of it if possible, if not all of it. We'll see. So yeah, I want to thank Jack Gunner for his $2 super chat earlier. I do appreciate it. And a big thank you to all of my channel members for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. And thank each and every one of you for just being here and hanging out today. Thank you all for your support as always. If you are a channel member, by the way, I did post a new video last night, and it should be made public within a couple of days, either tomorrow or Wednesday. So if you're a channel member, be sure to go check out that video. And yeah, that's going to do it for me for today. That's going to do it for me for today. Just going through the chat one last time. Have a good one. Thanks for the stream, Mark. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you, Kimberly. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks for a great stream, Mark. Have a good day. Take care and stay off. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me for today. And as always, I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.